Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Rudy's Rant, powered by Coming Out of the Podcast. I am your host, Rudy Rodriguez Shomont, and this is where we talk facts over feelings. I got another rant to get on today. But before we jump in, thank you so much for your continued support of this channel. Greatly appreciate you. If this is your first time to this channel, please be sure to like, subscribe, follow, leave a comment. Love to hear what you guys say about the video. And of course, membership lives are every Tuesday night, although tonight we are not rocking a membership live because I have some other things I have to take care of. But generally speaking, 9 p.m. Tuesday nights, membership live. By now, you know that Travis Hunter won the Heisman Trophy. By now, you know that his fiancé has been getting absolutely scorched by people, by social media, by everyone who's got an opinion about a 21-year-old man's relationship to his fiancée, a woman he has been with, according to him, for 5 years. Travis had some things to say to people, and he defended his fiancée as he should. It's a sad day in this world where we have grown ass adults who are giving their opinions on a 21-year-old's relationship to his 23-year-old fiancée because she didn't react the way they would have liked for her to react to something that they have no knowledge of, or that she didn't stand up fast enough without being tapped on the shoulder by Deion Sanders, while Travis's own mother didn't initially stand up either when he was awarded the Heisman Trophy. It's a very slippery slope when you talk about people's relationships because number one, it's none of your damn business. None of your business. What they got in their life is their life. And what other people got in their lives is their lives. But a lot of people are having something to say because they don't consider her a black woman, although I've heard that from other people that she has a parent who is black and another parent who's a Filipino. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all, let alone having the opinions of people who, I don't know, have multiple children with multiple women. So your opinion, or women who have multiple children with multiple men. So your opinion really is insignificant. So while this guy is living his life playing football, he's got to sit here and listen to the peanut gallery talk about his fiance like she's some type of piece of garbage. Not knowing her. I don't know her. I don't have an opinion. Do I have an opinion on a 21-year-old being engaged? Yeah, I think it's a bad idea. But because the reality is, and typically that's not going to work out. Do I think a 21-year-old should get married? No, he's too young. It's just my opinion. But I'm not going to sit here and bloviate about it and post comments to people's things and say, oh, what a piece of garbage she is, or how dumb is he? Again, his choice, his life. But he is having to defend this, which is unfair to him. At the same time, it's also unfair to her because what did she really do wrong? People pointed out that she had a mad face after the last game that he played against Oklahoma State when she came out of the stands, and it seemed like she was upset about something. Again, we don't know their lives. We don't know what was going on with them. So how the hell can we give an opinion based on something you saw on a video camera, on a record? You have no idea. And then on top of that, then go to the point of shredding her again because she didn't stand in immediately at the Heisman. She's clapping, she's smiling, but she didn't stand. I don't know, whatever, you know. But then on top of that, then the video surfaces of her saying, how long do I have to be here? Blah, 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 when he's taking pictures with fans. Where the rest of his family wasn't there. His mom wasn't there. But she's there. And we don't know how long she had been sitting there before she said that. Like, we don't know this. If she had said this 5 minutes in, maybe, yeah, you're like, yo, really? you know this is an event I got to deal with. But again, you think that that wasn't being recorded the entire time he was there to release a 5-second statement to make her look bad? Convenient, right? So I'm going to play her response and what she has said to defend herself. And I have not watched it. I saw 30 seconds and I turned it off. So I wanted to have it be a genuine reaction to what she said. So here we go.
Okay, I'm going to be addressing all this stuff online because I'm tired emotionally and mentally of seeing people try to make me out to be a person that I am not. But with a testimony without a test of faith. So I'm going to start from the very beginning with this my type thing. I got permission from Travis to say these things because these are previously things I didn't want online. But I'm going to tell y'all the full story just so y'all know.
I'm going to make a quick comment on that. I don't think she should have made this video. It's none of anyone's business. If he wasn't initially her type, so be it. Typically, men, I hate to break it down to you folks, to you guys, typically, you're not the first choice for your woman. I mean, it's just reality. You're not, and it's not to be offensive, but I mean, there's people have done comedy shows in this, like, you weren't her first choice. And it is what it is. And hell, she may not have been your first choice. But my type when it comes to women, like anybody, a woman sees how a man looks. And we can be honest, and Travis Hunter is not the best looking guy on the planet. And so it starts there. But maybe she hung around him a little bit and got to and saw how he was, and that erased whatever she thought of his physical facial appearance. Or of course, the people in the peanut gallery will say, "Oh, she found out who he was and found out he was a meal ticket." Now, that could be it as well. But you know what I think about stuff like that? There's only so much a woman will take. There's only so much a woman will endure, generally speaking. And what you think of a 18-year-old, because from what I gather, he was, no, shoot, 5 years. He's 21. So when he was 16, there's no guarantee that this 16-year-old is going to end up a multi-millionaire. You have no idea. He might be a great high school football player. I've seen plenty of top 10 recruits at a high school who have flamed out real fast. Now the NIL makes it a little bit different, so they get paid in college. But after that, then what? If they flame out, they flame out, right? That said, I don't think she should have made this video, but she did. So let's continue.
So Travis, when he first ever DM'd me, when we first met, I said I left him in my DM for 2 months, and people said, "Oh, she left him in his DM until she figured out who he was." That is not true at all. The real reason Travis sat in my DM for 2 months is because he DM'd me when he had a girlfriend, and her name was in his bio, so I instantly knew he had a partner. So I exited the message, and he sat there until he was single. I don't do home wrecking. I'm not a side piece. I don't stand for any of those things. I support women. So I would never do that to another woman because I would never want it done to me. So I ignored him until he was single. That's the real reason he sat in my DM. Then the second thing, when I said he wasn't my type.
Let me speak on that real fast. Sat in my DMs. If you're not familiar with Instagram, I'm presuming this is Instagram. If you're not familiar with Instagram, if you send a DM to someone in Instagram who doesn't follow you, and maybe she did follow him, I don't know. But if you do, you end up in the request section. And not everyone looks at the request section. Not to mention, she is an attractive woman. She's an attractive woman. Like, you can sit here and say what you want. She's an attractive woman. I don't like the outfit she's wearing doing this video. She should probably be dressed a little bit more conservatively without her stomach showing. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. However, I suggest that you ask any attractive woman to look at. I would want you to see how many DMs attractive women get on Instagram on a daily basis. It's in the hundreds and some in the thousands. There are guys beating down women's doors on Instagram on a daily basis. These are facts. So if you never got a response from a woman on a DM, you shouldn't really be offended because one, either you didn't say enough to get her attention because you sound regular in terms of like the typical rhetoric that guys send to women, or she never saw it because there's so many. So just little fodder there.
Type. I did not mean attractiveness. I don't have a physical type, period. No two men that I previously dated looked the same. My first one was a white cowboy. Second one was a Mexican soccer player. Then I dated a black man who's a SoundCloud rapper. And then Travis. So I have never dated the same type physically. I don't care about what people look like or what they can give me. I date people for who they are as a person, how they honor God, and how they treat the people around them. And Travis is all the above. So when I said he wasn't my type, I meant because he was younger than me. I had never dated no one younger than me. And he had cheated on his girlfriend. I don't know if your type is cheaters, but mine isn't. So no, he wasn't my type at first off of those two things. But that didn't discredit the fact that I was attracted to him. That's obviously why
She shouldn't have said that. She shouldn't have said that. She said that he cheated on his girlfriend. Oh boy. She said he cheated on his girlfriend. Yeah, that wasn't the best thing to say. That so he wasn't your type because he cheated on it. So I mean, I don't know that he cheated on his girlfriend. I guess because he messaged you, therefore he was cheating on his girlfriend. I mean, some women would say that. There is something to be said for women that say that they don't have a physical type in terms of looks, because there are women that do really with men based on mental. You know, men are physical beings. Men look at you. Very rarely you're gonna see a really, really attractive guy with a really, really unattractive facially woman. Or, that doesn't, men are physical beings and women are more mental beings. So you might look great, but you might be a complete dick, and they'll figure that out real fast. Like, I don't want to deal with this crap. So I understand where she's coming from there, but you shouldn't have said that he wasn't your type because he cheated on his girlfriend. Oh my God. Shit. Bad choice of words. Probably could have left that out.
I gave him a chance. And then I learned he truly is a phenomenal and wonderful human being. And that's why we're together. And that's why we're still together to this day. So that's that. Okay, the next clip was at the game after they just won like their last game. People thought I was
I want to also jump in. That term that I was referring to is sapiosexual. There are women that are, attracted to intelligence and how someone is. So she might be sapiosexual, where she mentioned she dated a white cowboy, a Mexican soccer player. I'm just wondering how old these people were when she was dating them. I do wonder about that because she's 23 years old. So she met him when she was 18. When she was 18, I mean, was she dating these guys when she was 15, 16 years old and they were 25? Don't know. None of my business.
upset with him celebrating with cheerleaders. I don't know where that came from because he never celebrated with cheerleaders. So that I don't know where that started, but that's not what I said. But what y'all didn't see before the clip, me and him were talking. We had already interacted. I had already said congratulations. I had already kissed him over the fence that we couldn't get through. So the real reason why I was mad is because the security, and you can ask any of the family members who was actually there, they didn't want no one to storm the field. So they had 1,000 security people holding everyone back. But the people in the field were like, let the family down. Like, the family can come down. So everyone was going back and forth. I was arguing with the security guard because he wouldn't let no family through, but they let the cheerleaders on the opposing team get through the fences. So I was like, so when I finally got down to the field, that's why I told Travis, like, he had already seen it. I already congratulated him. We had already spoke, got on the field, and then that I was upset because I had just finished arguing with somebody. And then what y'all don't see after 5-second clip is right after that, I let it go. I was like, you know what, like celebrate. We took pictures. We were with our families, and then we went to his meet and greet. Had another wonderful event there. That's all that happened in that. That was literally that. Nothing. It was not deeper than anyone made it out to be. And yeah. Next.
So let's talk about that. That makes sense. That makes sense. And of course, I'm sure people will come back and say, oh, you created the story. But that makes sense. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. If I was trying to get down to the field to my son, if I was a son, because obviously I mean I have a wife, and I mean I don't have a wife playing football, but if I had my son and he's on the field and I want to get down and they're doing that to me, I'll probably lose my shit. I'll probably get really pissed off. So I understand that, and that's probably what happened. Probably. I mean, there's no reason to think differently. And of course, again, this is what I'm talking about. People are using a 5-second clip to to create an opinion on somebody you know nothing about. And I feel bad for Travis that he has to deal with that shit. People are attacking him about who his fiance is. Again, I don't know her. You don't know her. And whether you believe her or not in this video, if what she said is true, then what y'all have been doing is completely unfair to her. It's just bogus. So she wasn't making it about her. She was ticked off at a stupid security guard who was preventing her from coming onto the field. Did you see when they had given a hug and a kiss before she got on the field, as she just mentioned? I'm sure there's a camera that got it, but that's not what brings clicks and views. What brings clicks and views is that she looked upset.
Next clip, the Adidas pop-up shop this past weekend. People are saying that I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Just sit here? That's not what I said. First of all, I said, baby, do you want me to sit here, or do you want me to go with the family, or do you want me to come with you? Because what y'all don't know, again, off of a 7-second clip, is those weren't fans, by the way. He had already finished that part. He had finished meeting with the fans. I was there the entire time, taking pictures, talking to them, everything. The girls that were there, they were the Adidas, they worked for Adidas. So we were taking pictures for social post. That's who those people were. I wasn't annoyed with no fans at all. I'm never annoyed with fans. So that's what that was. And then Travis was getting ready to leave. He had to be at a rehearsal for the Heisman ceremony. They had to do walkthroughs and stuff like that. So I was asking him, I was like, do you want me just to sit here? Do you want me to go back to the hotel? Like, do you want me to wait for our family? Because his family was in there shopping. Because Adidas let them go pick out stuff in the store. It was like a 4-story Adidas. So they're all doing that. And I was like, what do you want me to do? Like, do I stay here? Do I come with you? Like what? And he was like, you could do what you want. Like you could sit there, you can go shop, you can come to the hotel, you can walk around. That's what he was saying to me. I don't know. Like I said, the things that I see people make up is truly crazy because it's not what happened. And I just think people are just finding every single little thing and trying to make it something it's not. And then bird brain individuals are just accepting what they see online. Okay, now the last thing, the actual Heisman ceremony. This is making me so mad because anyone who knows me knows I support Travis and
Let me comment on the Adidas thing first. What she said makes sense again. Again, it makes sense. It completely makes sense. So when you hear this response from her, I simply believe, and I think it's unfair that she has to go through this again. 5-second, 7-second clip while she's been sitting there the entire time and nothing. That stuff's not posted. It's like people are going out of their way to paint this woman to make her look like some level of gold digger or whatever. She's been with this dude for 5 years. Like, do we call LeBron James' wife a gold digger because she's been around since he was in high school? No. No, we don't. And social media didn't exist back when LeBron James was drafted, so you didn't get a chance to see everything that happened in their lives when they were 19 years old, 18 years old. So if his entire family is shopping and she's asking, "What do you want me to do?" Isn't that reasonable? Isn't that reasonable? Does that sound more reasonable than I'm so upset that I'm sitting here? Ay, 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 ay. Make her look bad. It's whack. It's whack. And I go back to the thing about being engaged and trying to get married. I think they're both too damn young. I don't think they're ready for it because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're ready for marriage, this video is not being made. You don't need to make this video. It's stupid. This is childlike shit. Like she doesn't have to explain this, but because of social media and the idiots in the population, she feels like she has to, as if she owes them an explanation. So let's continue.
Every win, everything he does, because I truly, truly love that man. He is perfect in my eyes. So when his name was called, I instantly was gonna, if you watch the video, you can see me like, but his mom didn't get up. So I was like, oh, maybe I don't get up. Maybe I just sit here with her. So I sat there and then y'all said Coach Prime had to tell me to get up. No, he didn't. He said, go get him. Go get your man. Like, and once Travis stood up, but he didn't have to do that because I was going to do that anyways. As soon as I seen Travis get up, then I thought it was appropriate to stand up, greet him, congratulate him. But then there was a camera right in front of Coach Prime, and I knew they were going to film that moment. And because of how people are online, I was like, I don't want to be in that shot, so I'm going to sit down. So I try to sit down so I'm not in the camera while I'm crying. People are gonna be like, oh, why is she crying? Like, stuff like that. And so I got out of the camera purposefully so they can have their moment. That's all it was. No one told me to stand up. No one had to tell me to celebrate with him. I was just sitting there crying. I wanted to take it in myself too. I was super excited for him. But I wanted the moment to be about him and his family. And that's another thing. People are like, why did he sit next to her? Why was his mom? We had assigned seats. I didn't have a choice where I sat. They are obviously going to put someone and their partner together. So I had the seat right next to him because that was my assigned seats. I didn't have a choice. And then the hugging thing. Travis came and hugged me because he just went down the line. I was first in line, then his mom, then Coach Prime. He came straight to me first. I didn't tell him to do that. I didn't have to tell him to do anything. He's a grown man. He can do what he wants. But yeah, everyone is making this crazy narratives in their head. So I just wanted to clear it up. And that is the truth. That's what happens in all those videos. And I will not be addressing this again. I didn't want to address it, but here we are.
You shouldn't have addressed it. You shouldn't have. You did. You shouldn't have. You didn't have to. Everything makes sense, sounds reasonable. We don't know what Dion was saying. We have no idea. We just assume. And notice that she mentioned the mom who's sitting right next to her who didn't get up either. And I did say that. Her mom did not get up for a good 5 seconds. So, I mean, this is people, and when people talk about people that hate on Travis Hunter, these are the people that hate on Travis Hunter. You're so worried about this man's relationship. It's absolutely embarrassing. Let that man live. Let that woman live. Like they're together. If you wish you were that woman, just say you wish you were that woman. If you were that guy who wishes he was Travis Hunter, just say you wish you were Travis Hunter. But that man does not need guidance from the peanut gallery on his relationship that you know nothing about. And at the end of the day, everyone says these are red flags, red flags, red flags. I wonder what Nick has to say now about the red flags that he says are red flags. Does he believe her? Nick, hey, you're my guy. Do you believe her or do you not believe her? I'm calling you to the carpet because you made videos on this already. So do you believe her or not believe her? You tell me, because I'm sure you don't. And I'm sure all the people that will watch this will not believe her. And they'll say she's making it all up. But you know what? No one gives a fuck what any of y'all think. Those two do not give a fuck what y'all think. And I hope she never addresses this bullshit again. because this is the life that she's going to live. The same life that Brittany Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes' wife, has to live, where she's criticized for everything that she does because the white women, the black women in this world are jealous of the white girl who got the black dude who's making $60 million a year or whatever he's making right now. It's a fact. We know what it is. But she's a black woman, according to what I've been told. So I mean, why are you mad? Why are you mad? I'm not man. Let people's relationships be. People never speak about the relationships of professional basketball players. I'm sorry, they speak about them, but don't speak about them. Look at Dwayne Wade. Look at LeBron. Look at all these different guys. I mean, look at Shaq. Like, no one says much about anything. No one really says much about anything, but there's so much information that could be out there. You know what I mean? But you have a 23-year-old kid, 23-year-old woman, and a 21-year-old guy, and you're sitting here giving all your opinions. Y'all should just keep them to yourselves. But I know it's impossible because your lives are so boring and there's nothing left in your life. So that's what you feel the need to do. I don't think she should have jumped on the camera. She didn't owe it to anybody. As long as Travis Hunter is good, then screw everybody else. But that's all I got. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Love to hear what you got to say. This is Rudy's Rant. Facts over feelings. Leave your likes, subscribe, follow, become a member. Come on now.